Morning. Welcome to the 2022 Kutztown University Faculty and Staff Convocation Celebration. I'm Josh Lieboff, Acting Vice President of University Relations and Athletics. The 2021-2022 academic year was indeed memorable. We begin this morning's program by taking a look back with our traditional year-end review show created by our new multimedia producer, Chris Spinagle. Please direct your attention to the screen. Please welcome Kutztown University President, Dr. Kenneth S. Hawkinson.
Thank you, Josh. Well, welcome to the 2022 Faculty and Staff Convocation and Celebration. It is with great joy that I speak to you, the faculty, the staff, administrators, and other guests today. I am truly thankful that we're able to celebrate together and in person this convocation. I would like to acknowledge our Council of Trustee members for all they do for our university. My thanks to Robert Grimm, Chair of the Council of Trustees, Kevin Harden, Secretary, and Evan Santos, the student member. Would you all please stand and be recognized? We also have the president of our student government with us this morning. Kayla Sherry, will you please stand? Kayla. I'd like to recognize my office staff, Toya Hayward and Pam Rex, who were instrumental in putting this event together. Toya and Pam. Let me also acknowledge my wife, Anne Marie Hayes Hawkinson, who works quietly behind the scenes to promote KU with so many audiences. She is tireless in her support of the university and her support of me. Anne Marie, please stand up. Finally, please welcome Vice President Matt Santos, who is in the audience today. Matt, please stand up. Matt, we look forward to having you back soon. Well, I believe the purpose of this gathering is to celebrate the accomplishments of our faculty and staff and to update you all on the significant happenings of the university and on our progress in moving the university forward. But let me begin by saying a few words about the struggles we have been through over the last 2.5 years. It has been over 2 years since my message went out to our university community announcing the many changes we had undertaken to move nearly all our functions online or through some form of virtual communication in the spring of 2020. I had often said, leading up to 2020, that it would be a year of perfect vision. It turned out to be a year of unknowns, continual adjustments to our protocols, and trying to find our way through the deep fog of a worldwide pandemic. I was in continual contact with faculty, students, supervisors, health experts, state system officials, and many others throughout this period, and want to thank them for their courage, professionalism, and competence. Many of these individuals served on the Emergency Management Committee, and I want to thank all members of this committee for their tireless efforts in putting our reopening plans together. In the coming year, I will continue to meet with numerous units, offices, and constituents, and to meet with the many advisory groups that have been established. My schedule is provided to the Council of Trustees before each meeting and is public record for anyone to review in the trustee meeting book that is available in our library. In addition, I continue to serve on the board of directors for Hawk Mountain and Berks Encore. I am chair of the board of directors for the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference and chair of the board that governs the Chicoutimi Bay Field Station and serve on many other statewide committees. I meet regularly with the mayor of Kutztown and host town gown meetings at my house for local elected officials, police chiefs, and leading members of the business community. Anne Marie and I will continue to host numerous events at our home. The 8th Faculty Art Exhibition is being hung in the residence now with numerous works on display, and faculty continue to submit their books for display in our library. Many hundreds of people view the art and the books each year, and we are delighted to display the talent and the scholarship of our faculty. With regard to COVID, as we open next week, Kutztown University continues to strongly encourage members of our campus community to get vaccinated and to get booster shots. While we do not have the authority to require the vaccine, The COVID-19 vaccine is an important tool to help us fight the pandemic. Our nation is reopened, and there will no longer be requirements with regard to mask wearing or social distancing. Individuals most certainly can wear a mask if they choose, and we hope members of our community will be compassionate to each other's needs when in confined spaces. On the screen behind me is the webpage address where you will find the latest information on our COVID protocols, including instructions for what to do if you test positive for COVID-19. We will continue to update information and protocols as warranted. As last year, we are committed to keeping our promise to our students and will make every effort to not convert any in-person classes to online if at all possible. As many of you are aware, Kutztown University, the state system, and higher education institutions across the country are at a crossroads. There are many challenges, and we will continue to work with the Chancellor and the Board of Governors to find pathways to improve our operating model to address the changing needs of our students. Through the comprehensive planning process, greater accountability has been placed on universities to ensure that their income matches their expenses. While we have done better than most in our enrollment this year, and Interim Vice President McCargill will present to you some very positive trends in our enrollment in just a few minutes, we have been in a downward trend for 10 years, and it is required of us to align our expenditures and workforce to our current complement of students. But overall, we have done well. We are now going into our 5th year with a balanced budget. We have had to make tough decisions, and many have sacrificed, and as a result have managed to adjust our workforce through attrition and greater efficiency. We have not resorted to retrenchment or furloughs. And I have been assured that we will not be integrated with any other university. I thought you would applaud to that. I'm delighted to share that through the advocacy of our Chancellor and many others who helped in the effort, the Governor and Legislature have provided a significant increase in our state funding, both in terms of base appropriation and one-time money. These funds will help us to replenish needed operating funds, invest in needed positions, and support strategic initiatives that will enhance the mission and the lives of our many constituents at the university. Vice President Matt Delaney will go into greater detail on this in just a few minutes. Last year at this event, we highlighted our new strategic plan, and you will find the goals of our plan in your agenda for today's convocation. The Strategic Planning Committee, under the exceptional leadership of Dr. Kathy McKeegan, has been at work all year and continually improving our plan and monitoring the many action items that have been submitted to fulfill the goals and objectives of the university. All at our university can participate in this process by submitting ideas and funding requests through their units. There are countless great ideas out there, and we hope that you will share them with us. More information on how to do this will be shared with you all in the coming months. Looking to the agenda this morning, I will ask each of my cabinet officers to update you on the accomplishments and updates from their areas. In addition, we will honor those who have been selected to receive university awards, such as Employee of the Month and Year, and the recognition of other honorees and award recipients. We will also recognize those faculty tenured or promoted effective this fall. Finally, I will provide some closing comments at the end. Before we move on to these presentations, it is my pleasure to welcome all the new faculty and staff who have joined us over the past year and who are with us today. Anne-Marie and I look forward to meeting you all in person at the various receptions we will have at our house this year. With those new employees who are with us today, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. To our new employees, when I began my presidency at Kutztown University in July of 2015, I spoke of place. I used a formula. Values plus space equals place. To simply occupy space leads to a very unfulfilling life. But when one adds values to that space, it converts to a place, a community wherein one lives and learns and transcends to a level greater than one can reach as an individual. Kutztown University is such a place where students can come to a safe and enriching environment in a beautiful part of the world and learn and grow and mature into enlightened and productive citizens. This is a wonderful place to live and work, and we thank you for joining our community. So, to get started with our presentations, it is now my pleasure to introduce our Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Lauren Baston-Arnold. Lauren?
Thank you, President Hawkinson. Good morning. It's so nice to be here as your old provost this year. To no one's surprise, we had a very successful year in academic affairs. And that's really thanks to the work of our amazing faculty, staff, and leadership. I'd like to recognize our academic deans. Dr. David Bucher, Dean of Liberal Arts and Sciences. You can wave or stand. Dr. Ann Carroll, Dean of Business. Dr. John Ward, Dean of Education and Interim Dean of Graduate Studies. Dr. Bradley Shope, Interim Dean of Visual and Performing Arts. Thank you to our academic leaders in dean's offices, as well as our chairs and other leadership in academic affairs for all that you do. Okay, buckle up. I have just 24 bullet-pointed pages of achievements to share. Okay, really, it did start as 24, but I pared it down. So in the interest of time, please know that if you don't hear about some of the wonderful things that you accomplished, know that it's not because they're unappreciated. It's just because I realized you didn't want to be here for 3 hours. In University Goal 1, Academic Excellence, we promoted academic excellence through initiatives such as adding more professional development opportunities for teaching, through efforts such as enhancing the CET and offering the chance to learn about culturally responsive education and universal design. Investing in assessment processes through the use of Nuventive, engaging in successful assessment and accreditation, including a COSMA accreditation site visit in the College of Business, and a successful PDE review process in the College of Education. Developing responsive curriculum, including a revised MBA, a new computer science education program, a certificate and certification in school social work, and stackable certificates in cinema, television, and media production. And we provided many experiential learning opportunities. In University Goal 2, Student Success, we supported student success by establishing a first-year experience director, adopting Starfish, which you'll hear more about in the coming weeks, and launching a reboot program that brought 39 students back into full financial aid eligibility and another 19 close enough to qualify for a financial aid appeal that will allow them to continue their educations this fall. And we established the Office of Extended and Lifelong Learning and Graduate Studies, entered into many agreements with other educational institutions to facilitate student progress, and provided opportunities for students launching into their careers. For Goal 3, Community and Civic Engagement, we held many events that connected our campus with students and educators throughout the region and beyond, including Design Day camps, the Summer Music Festival, a Girls in STEM event, and the 82nd Annual Art Education Conference. We supported small business, engaged with local organizations to create solutions to real-world problems, including some work with Lehigh Valley Health Network to address shaken baby syndrome, and work with Omnitech to manage technology issues. And we held many community events and arts events. In our work to support a caring campus community, we supported the professional development in universal design learning of our faculty, continued to support emerging educators of color through a College of Education program, and brought together artists and others to consider equity and awareness in the arts through a visual and performing arts series. In sustainability of resources and stewardship of place, we continued to work to align staffing and space, grow our graduate inquiry pool, and deployed more than 1,100 computers. And we improved campus Wi-Fi. The students will be thrilled. And we, you, achieved $12.6 million in external grants and sponsored project funding, including a $1.2 million NOIS grant, a $300,000 Advanced Catalyst grant, a $484,000 Computer Science for All grant, and a $1.5 million Upward Bound grant, all of which somehow focus on issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion in education. And we helped get 1,425 students to graduation. They appreciate that. While our divisional strategy goals for the coming year numbered more than 100 individual items, I just have a few things to highlight. In AOI 22-23, we will continue to develop non-credit and for-credit opportunities that respond to the needs of our students and employers in the region. We'll roll out the Starfish Student Success Platform and utilize it to better support our students. We'll expand opportunities for professional development for faculty and staff, enhance our partnerships with other educational entities in the area, and hire faculty, administrative leaders, and staff who will help continue to lead us into new avenues of success. And we will seek opportunities to help members of our campus find avenues of professional fulfillment, engagement, and excellence. In the spirit of celebrating that excellence, I'd like to acknowledge the following members of our community whose names will appear on the screen behind me. Will the faculty who achieved promotion to associate professor in 2021-2022 please stand? Congratulations. Will faculty who achieved promotion to full professor this last academic year please stand? Congratulations. And will the faculty who achieved tenure in 21-22 please stand? Congratulations to all faculty who were promoted or tenured in 2021-2022. I would also like to acknowledge 3 faculty members who are being honored with special awards for their work. The John P. Schellenberg Award for Teaching and Learning was established by Dr. Schellenberg, Professor Emeritus of the Physical Sciences Department, as well as faculty, alumni, and friends. The Schellenberg Award recognizes an early career faculty member who has demonstrated outstanding work within the mission of the Center for Enhancement of Teaching. To be eligible for the Schellenberg Award, an individual must have been on the faculty full-time at least 3, but not more than 7 years. The recipient is chosen based on the following 3 areas: pedagogy and curriculum innovation, learning technology innovation, and assessment or research on learning. On the screen behind me, you can see the names of past award recipients. Some of those dedicated faculty are here today. Would faculty who were honored with the Schellenberg Award in the past please stand? Thank you. I would like to invite Dr. Schellenberg to the stage to present the award with President Hawkinson. The recipient of this year's John P. Schellenberg Award for Teaching and Learning is Dr. Pirette Culpa, Department of Art and Design. The Chambliss Faculty Award was inaugurated in 2004 through a gift from Dr. Carlson R. Chambliss, Professor Emeritus of the Physical Sciences Department. Dr. Chambliss has been extremely generous in creating honors to recognize the success of the KU family, including the best and brightest of our students. The Chambliss Faculty Award is meant to recognize the very highest achievement in research and scholarship, and can only be awarded once in a person's career. You can see the names of Chambliss Award recipients on the screen behind me. Would past honorees please stand so that we can recognize your accomplishments? I would like to invite Dr. Chambliss to the stage to help Dr. Hawkinson present this year's award. Our first award goes to Dr. Mauricia John, Department of Anthropology and Sociology. Our second award goes to Dr. Youngjae Kim, Department of Sports Management. Congratulations to our award recipients. Academic Affairs could not do what we do without an ongoing partnership with Enrollment Management and Student Affairs. To share what's going on in that division, it's my pleasure to introduce our Interim Vice President of Enrollment Management and Student Affairs, Dr. Donovan McCargo.
Thank you, Dr. Baisden Arnold. I asked her on the side, I said, do our recipients get a check? And she said, yes, so I'll talk to you after the presentation. I could use some new shoes. I certainly want to give our colleagues another round of applause. Great job, and I think they are deserving another round of applause. Thank you. Please do not overwhelm yourself with clapping too much. We still have other presenters, and they have a lot of information to share with you, and so please do spare some of the claps for later as well. I also want to take a moment before I dive deep into my presentation to acknowledge my direct reports. If you're here, please stand. Ms. Krista Evans, Director of Admissions. Mr. Bernard McCree, Director of Financial Aid. Mr. Jerry Shear, Interim AVP, Dean of Students and Chief Diversity Officer. Ms. Desiree Reasoner, Executive Director of Housing, Dining, and Residence Life. And last but certainly not least, Ms. Christine Storrs, Executive Assistant, and also coordinates University Wellbeing. Thank you, and thank all of you for your support, in my transition into this interim role. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to working with each of you as we move forward. Over the next few minutes, I intend to share a snapshot of our new student enrollment, provide an update on our strategic enrollment management plan, and highlight some of the work from around our division. Let's begin with an enrollment update. The chart represents a comparison of our applications, admits, deposited, and enrolled freshmen from fall 2020, fall 2021, and our current admission cycle. As you can see, our total applications are up from last year by 501, our admits increased by 276, and our team in admissions were able to secure 1,661 deposits, 97 more than last year, and 46 more deposits in 2020. It is important to note that while we remain optimistic about exceeding our fall 2021 enrollment goal, there is still much work ahead to ensure as many of our deposited students are enrolled at freeze date. What's not shown in this chart are the incredible efforts that have been made by admissions, Dr. Lisa Grabowski and the NSO staff, and so many others to keep our new students engaged and prepared to enroll in the fall. Despite our success thus far, our new student headcount will not be determined until mid-September. It remains critical that we continue to provide optimal customer service to our students, including being responsive to emails, phone calls, and social media inquiries. Shifting gears, looking at the same categories for transfers, the competition for the shrinking population in our market is evident in the trends in this chart. While our applications, admits, and deposits are slightly down when compared to the past 2 years, KU still outpaced the majority of PASHE institutions in terms of deposited students. Moving forward, we will continue to explore innovative strategies to capitalize on our existing transfer agreements, continue to market our scholarship offerings to both in-state and out-of-state students, monitor market trends to remain agile and competitive, and promote our academic programs and the benefits of a KU degree. I wish to thank our admission team, led by Ms. Krista Evans, and the many faculty and staff who work to provide support to all of our students in their transition to KU. Please join me in a round of applause for those of you who work to make this happen. As shared at the fall 2019 opening convocation by my predecessor, Dr. Warren Hilton, we embarked on a year-long strategic enrollment management planning process in an effort to determine the goals and actions to lead KU to a sustainable enrollment over the next few years. The planning process involved faculty, staff, and students. Despite the process being interrupted by COVID-19, ultimately 6 goals which aligns with the university's strategic plan along with tactics were established in May of 2020. When we consider our persistence goals, thus far we have achieved a slight increase in our 1-year persistent rate for degree-seeking undergraduate students to 65.27%, 3 percentage points shy of our goal. We also set a goal of increasing retention. I am pleased to report our first-year retention for fall 2019 to fall 2020 was 77.75%. Let's give yourselves a round of applause for that work. In addition, I spoke earlier about freshman recruitment. If our fall 2022 numbers hold true, we will remain well positioned to reach our goal of 1,610 freshmen by fall 2024. To circle back on our transfer population, I shared briefly our transfer enrollment. As you can see, increasing new transfer remains central to our plan. In fall 2019, we enrolled 505 transfers, and in fall 2021, we had 442. As you know, getting transfers to KU is only part of the equation. Transfer completion is also important. We said in our plan that we wanted to increase the two-year graduation rate. So far, the two-year graduation rate for the fall 2019 cohort of first-time full-time transfers is 30.09%, an increase of almost 5%. We also agreed to increase the three-year graduation rate to 58%. We've made early gains in this area as well. The three-year graduation rate for the fall 2018 cohort of first-time full-time transfer is 53.83%. Finally, we established multiple goals regarding graduate admissions, with an overarching goal of increasing graduate enrollment to 1,046 by 2024. Led by Ms. Kitty Payne, the Director of Graduate Admissions, as of fall 2021, the graduate enrollment was 978, with 100 newly enrolled summer 2021 and 228 newly enrolled students during the fall of 2021. It appears we are within reach of meeting our graduate enrollment goal. The success of the SIM plan thus far has not been an independent effort. A commitment to collaboration and innovation has been central to our progress thus far. Take, for example, the summer reboot program led by Provost Bazin Arnold that helped to retain a few dozen students. The Achievement Initiative for Male Success program, which seen an 89% persistence rate and continues to provide unlimited support to more than 80 KU male students through personal, social, and academic programming, scholarships, and mentorship. That's not all. A relatively new program called Sisters, led by the director of the Multicultural Center, Ms. Melinda Quiones, provides support to 31 female students. This program has seen early gains in achieving a 97% retention rate. Along with Melinda, I wish to thank Ms. T. Brown, Ms. Christine Price, Dr. Lindsay Rennell, Dr. Amber Pabon, and Ms. Summer Rivera for their support and commitment to this endeavor. Let's give them a round of applause. The impact of University Wellbeing Initiative led by Ms. Christine Schorsch and working behind the scenes with Erica Stratton has not only impacted the experiences of many of our faculty and staff, but has been pivotal in transforming the student experience. With the help of institutional research, we discovered that of the students who attended well-being programs, most of these students are persisting and enrolled for the fall semester. Thank you, Christine and the Wellbeing Committee, for all you do for our campus and our students. Thank you very much. Behind me is a list of next steps I plan to lead during the academic year, which includes a status report on the tactics and strategies outlined in the SIM plan. With regards to the various departments within our division, the KU Care Team has been pivotal in helping students. Of the students that have been assisted through the KU Care Team, almost 66% of students awarded emergency funding either graduated or are registered for the fall semester. Another 17% formally withdrew. Of those that gave reasons for withdrawing, almost half these students reported their withdrawal was due to health, personal, or financial problems. In addition to the outcomes achieved by our Office of Student Assistance and the KU Behavior Intervention Team, led by Assistant Dean Ms. Susan Mangold, in January of 2022, we also added a Student Assistance Coordinator, Ms. Amber Weber, to help manage the volume of requests for assistance, as well as to provide educational programming to the campus community as a preventative measure. In the area of Greek life, led by Ms. Amanda Garcia, in addition to the key points listed on the screen, of 413 students involved in Greek life, 375 were registered for the fall semester. Thank you, Amanda, and the Greek life staff, and our organization advisors for your hard work. Let's give them a round of applause. Alternative spring is a hallmark for many college campuses, but at KU, Nikolai Bleicher took a much different approach this year and chaperoned several students on a visit to our nation's capital and visited with Republican Majority Chair for the State House Education Committee, Representative Curtis Soney, to rally his support in addressing food insecurities. It is these subtle encounters that have ripple effects and can help change the lives of so many students in our region and beyond. Thank you, Leah and Nikolai, for these and other contributions that have made a positive impact on our students. Thank you. In the area of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, you may be familiar with our 104 initiatives we launched during the 2020-2021 academic year. I am pleased to report that in addition to the 94 that were completed or started, another 8 initiatives have been started and will remain ongoing, and 2 initiatives have moved to the state system level. Thank you, Jerry, so much. Ms. Christine Price and Ms. Diane Beal, located in Boxwood House, continue to make strides to increase information, education, and support for students through our Women's Center and LGBTQ+ Resource Center. This past year, KU was awarded almost $28,000 through It's On Us to continue efforts to raise awareness and prevention to combat sexual assault. Within our athletic diversity and inclusion area, Mr. Bilal Salam continues to provide important programming and support to our student athletes. These efforts not only help to bridge the diversity gap for our student athletes, but provides invaluable information and lessons that will support these students' development well beyond college. Some of you may be familiar with our Profs program, supported by Child Promise Incorporated and honorary doctorate degree recipient Dr. Nathaniel Williams. Over the past few years, with support from our president, the KU Foundation, our grants office, housing, dining, and residence life, financial aid, and other campus partners, this program continues to help some of our most vulnerable students. The incredible and dedicated Prof staff work to help almost 30 students realize their goal of finding a safe place and supporting environment and making progress towards earning a KU degree. It is programs like Profs that help to foster student success, even when students may feel success is too difficult or out of reach. If you're interested in learning more about this unique program, please stop by our office in Stratton 109. Please bring your check. Before I take my seat, I feel compelled to share my guiding principles for the coming academic year, with hopes that each of you will join me in seeing these 3 principles through. Principles are intentional, embedded in us, and provide a guide for our success. Good principles help us be better and do better for ourselves and others. Through these 3 principles, we can help transform our campus, our relationships, and the student experience. Imagine making a positive impact on one person's life. Through this principle of 3, we have 9 tries to make this possible. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce to the podium my colleague, Mr. Jesus Pena, Vice President for Equity, Compliance, and Liaison for Legal Affairs and Title IX Coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McCargo. Good morning, and welcome to the 2022-23 academic year. The Division of Equity and Compliance consists of the Office of Social Equity, the Disability Services Office, the Department of Public Safety and Police Services, and the Department of Human Resources. In the coming year, our division will pursue a number of action items to continue to serve our campus. I would now like to highlight each area. In the Office of Social Equity, we will continue to work with all constituents on campus by promptly responding to incidents and by offering training to ensure we are providing a campus free of discrimination and harassment of any kind in compliance with our laws and university policies. In addition, we will continue to compile the university's annual Affirmative Action Plan to offer us a snapshot of our workforce to determine if there is underutilization of women and/or minorities. If there is any underutilization, we will collaborate with others on campus to remedy those deficiencies. Next, the Disability Services Office. The percentage of KU students registered with our office continues to rise. As of the end of last semester, 11% of our student population is registered with the DSO. During the last academic year, the DSO provided note-taking accommodations for 242 courses, and we proctored 1,152 exams or quizzes in our testing center for students registered to receive testing accommodations. Our steadfast commitment to our students with disabilities enables us to support our students by providing a level playing field so they may excel and benefit from all KU has to offer. And excelling they are. Taking the average of the last 5 years, the retention rate of students registered with the DSO is higher, 77.81, than the average retention rate of all undergraduate students at KU, 75.17. Speaking of successes, I would be remiss if I did not mention our My Place program for students on the autism spectrum. Since it began in 2016, the program has grown from 5 students to our current 37 students with a wait list. On average, students in the My Place program have higher GPAs, complete more credits per semester, and have higher retention rates than students with autism spectrum disorders who are not in the program, and in comparison to all undergraduate students at KU. The DSO not only provides services to our students, we also empower our faculty and staff to better serve our students with disabilities. During the last academic year, our office presented over 20 workshops to our faculty and staff. Specifically for our faculty, there were presentations on how to use available technologies to increase access to course materials, and staff were trained on universal design concepts as well as inclusion and sensory awareness. The success I have alluded to in the area of disability services would not be possible without the dedication of our DSO employees, our faculty, and our staff. Thank you for supporting our students with disabilities. Next, public safety and police services. We would like to welcome 2 new officers to the KU family, Officer Ethan Hugg and Officer Samuel Willis. The department remains committed to its mission, to serve and protect all our campus constituents. In line with our university's DEI initiatives, our public safety officers will continue to receive training in the areas of diversity and the appropriate use of force. In addition, our officers will continue to go into our classrooms as presenters on topics of interest to our students, as well as continue with the Coffee with a Cop program to open lines of communication and build a bridge of understanding and trust. Furthermore, the department will continue to update and modernize the university's security infrastructure. We are continuing to install additional cameras throughout our campus in areas identified in the Security System Master Plan to provide a greater level of security and safety. Finally, our Human Resources Department will continue to support and serve our workforce so we may fulfill our university's mission. We value our employees and all you do for our students. And to acknowledge your exemplary work, since 2017, we have recognized the Employee of the Month and the Employee of the Year, all selected by the HR Advisory Committee. This initiative was established by President Hawkinson and Mrs. Anne Marie Hayes Hawkinson. Thank you both for your generosity in sponsoring this program, and thank you to the HR Advisory Committee for your valuable contributions. Employee of the Month honorees are all eligible for the Employee of the Year award. At this time, I would like to recognize the winners of Employee of the Month for the last fiscal year, and I will then introduce the KU Employee of the Year. The Employees of the Month listed on the screen are as follows. July 2021, Tamara Shirk, Registrar's Office. August 2021, Susan Mangold, Dean of Students Office. September 2021, Melinda Quiñones Arias, Multicultural Center. October 2021, Diane Beal, Women's Center. November 2021, Veronique Vaughn, Honors Program. December 2021, Marlene Oswald, Modern Languages. January 2022, Justine Dannenhauer, Facilities. February 2022, Julie Fiorini, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. March 2022, Robin Hoffman, Health and Wellness. April 2022, Devin Hosey, Information Technology. May 2022, Michael Richmond, College of Visual and Performing Arts. And June 2022, Julie Setliff, Clinical Experience and Partnerships. Congratulations to all Employee of the Month recipients. And now this year's Kutztown University Employee of the Year is Veronique Vaughn. She's such a hard worker. There she is. The Division of Equity and Compliance is dedicated to offering our students, faculty, and staff a campus where we can learn and work in a welcoming, safe, and inclusive environment, a caring campus community, and where we directly contribute to the well-being and success of our students. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Vice President of Finance and Facilities, Mr. Matt Delaney. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus. Good morning and welcome. I would like to begin by taking a moment to thank our dedicated staff for all their tremendous effort and hard work over the past year. We faced many challenges due to depleted staffing levels and declining resources, but we stepped up and delivered exceptional service across the entire campus. I want to specifically acknowledge the incredible dedication of the facilities staff that do everything required to keep our beautiful campus running smoothly. From the staff at the front desk that process the work orders, the skilled tradesmen in the shops, the landscaping and logistics crew, and of course, our dedicated custodians who make sure our buildings are clean and safe. Your commitment to this university is noticed and most definitely appreciated. Thank you. The Division of Finance and Facilities had some significant accomplishments over the past year. In the finance area, this includes balancing the budget without the planned use of cash reserves for the 5th consecutive year. I will speak more on that topic in subsequent slides. The completion of the comprehensive planning process documents, also known as financial sustainability. The primary submission was sent to the state system in September 2021 and was followed by a mid-year update completed in February 2022. Both sets of documents can be found on the university website. In those documents, you will see steady progress in our financial indicators. We continue to improve our annual operating margin, our primary reserve ratio, and our minimum reserves, which now stands at 220 days of cash on hand to cover our expenses. We have also consistently increased our student-to-faculty ratio from 16.7 to 1 in the fall of 2019 to a projected 18-to-1 this upcoming semester. Our hard work and fiscal responsibility are clearly paying off. But don't just take my word for it. Last September, the 14 chief financial officers and 14 provosts from across the state system voted to move Kutztown University from Plan 2, orange, to Plan 1, yellow. This progress allows us to continue our path forward without additional oversight from the Chancellor's office. Our division also plays a big role in serving our students. After all, that is why we are here. The Office of Student Accounts works directly with students on payment options and dispersing their refunds. This activity was even more prominent during the past 2 years as KU passed through $17 million in COVID relief funds directly to our students. We also have the Office of KU Business Services located in the Academic Forum, which provides ID cards, mail counter services, and parking registration decals to our students, while also managing the shuttle bus service that runs on a loop around campus. A significant accomplishment from this area was the migration to touchless card technology, which directly benefits our students on a daily basis. On the facility side, we continue to be challenged by reduced staffing levels. Yes, some of this is due to prior budget reductions, but most recently, it is a result of the overall job market and our inability to find enough qualified replacements to fill our vacant positions. So what is the solution? Well, we're trying to reduce the workload for our depleted staff by supplying reinforcements in the form of robots. As you may have noticed, we now have 10 robotic mowers patrolling select areas of our campus. This is not intended to replace our dedicated landscapers that continue to do tremendous work, but to help them free up to complete more skilled tasks across our 289-acre campus. We have also begun a new initiative to slightly reduce the number of outdoor trash cans on our campus. Many of these cans, often unused, still need to be checked daily, so less cans means more time spent on more significant work. Students, faculty, and staff will still have plenty of opportunities to dispose of trash on more frequented sidewalks and just inside building entrances. We believe this approach will also provide a more visually pleasing campus. Another important area that has been addressed is campus safety, primarily through traffic management improvements. In an effort to prevent unnecessary accidents, we met with Senator Judy Schwenk, PennDOT, the state police, the township, and the borough to identify immediate action steps. I am pleased to report that the speed limit on both Kutztown Road and College Boulevard has been reduced from 35 miles per hour to 25 miles per hour. We have also added painted stenciling at each crosswalk, imploring students to look both ways. We often take for granted that drivers will stop as we enter the crosswalk, but in a time of distracted driving, this is a risk that we cannot take. We recently changed the road between the Education House and the Grimm family homestead to one-way traffic. This is a narrow road used by the shuttle bus and many pedestrians to get between North and South Campus. We believe this change, which might be a slight inconvenience for some, will have a significant impact. You will also notice sidewalk repairs and fresh paint on many roadway traffic directional signals across campus. A special thanks to Carol Staba for her ability to gain township and borough approval for many of these enhancements. Another major challenge facing the university is our accumulated deferred maintenance. We have many aging buildings in need of repair and system replacements. A prime example is Old Main, where we continue to work through a multi-year phased project to restore the facade of the building. It is just my luck that our oldest building on campus is also by far the largest. Thankfully, we do receive dedicated source of funds each year to be used specifically for tackling our deferred maintenance needs. We also benefit from state capital funding, which we use to do major renovations on campus. The most obvious example of these funds is the $18 million renovation of the DeFrancesco building, which houses our College of Business. As you can see from the rendering, DeFran will have a beautiful new look worthy of our AACSB accreditation. The project is already a year in progress with a scheduled completion date of this upcoming April. Other projects of note include the Delight E. Breitigam Building and Wells Rapp Center for Mallet Percussion Research, both funded by the Kutztown University Foundation and our generous donors. More details on those projects will be shared by my fellow vice presidents. A notable joint-funded project is the Botanical Research Center that will be added adjacent to our current greenhouse on the west side of the BAME Science Building. This will provide a state-of-the-art research space for our faculty and students, while also strengthening our partnership with the Rodale Institute. We also plan to use some strategic initiative funding to finance improvements to our athletic facilities. This includes a new video board for University Field at Andre Reed Stadium, much needed repairs to the tennis courts, and enhancements to the baseball field. A truly one-of-a-kind project is also underway with the installation of the Keith Haring Fitness Court just below the Kemp Building on Normal Avenue. The fitness court will be open to the public and is only possible due to fundraising by the foundation and the continued efforts of our community liaison, Sandy Green. We hope to have our fitness court completed and operational by the end of October. Last but certainly not least, a renovation and expansion to the existing Poplar House to create a new admissions welcome center on the east entrance of our magnificent campus. This is a $7 million project utilizing state capital funds that will provide us with a prime location for promoting Kutztown University and initiating campus tours to prospective students. As you can see from the rendering, it is not short on curb appeal. We hope to have this project completed in 2024. Many thanks to Bill Leach and his dedicated team for managing such a heavy project load. As mentioned earlier, I would like to take a few moments to provide a financial update. I promise to keep this brief as we will have plenty of opportunities to discuss the numbers as we move through the fall semester. Today's focus will be on the recent changes to our $120 million E&G budget. As mentioned earlier, we presented a balanced budget for the 5th consecutive year to our Council of Trustees in June. That budget assumed a substantial increase in our state appropriation allocation, which was projected to cover significant increases to salaries and benefits, and our continued investment in student aid. These merit scholarships are a big reason our new student enrollments look so strong this fall. We also planned to reduce our faculty FTE by 17 this fall as we continue to progress toward the state system's student-to-faculty ratio targets. These budget adjustments helped us avoid operating reductions across campus. As you may know, operating budgets have been reduced by 30% over the past 3 years, so this was a welcomed change. So what has changed since June? The most significant news was the approval of the governor's budget, which increases the state system's appropriation by $75 million. This much-needed investment in higher education will result in an additional $9.2 million for Kutztown University. As you can see on the slide, our 24.8% increase was one of the largest in the system. We benefited to a larger degree because dollars are now even more closely tied to student enrollment. This slide displays the changes in our E&G budget over the past 2 years. You can see the significant increase in our budget for state appropriation, which is more than offsetting the increases to salaries and benefits. As of today, and based on our current assumptions, we are reflecting a surplus of $1.5 million. We are currently holding this cushion until we see the final enrollment numbers for the fall semester, which will be available at the freeze date on September 19th. This surplus would help us cover a 2% drop in overall enrollment without needing to implement any further budget reduction strategies. Fortunately, we are also in a financial position to fund many strategic initiatives. The use of one-time funds to ensure the university is continuously improving and moving forward is not only acceptable, but required to maintain our vibrant campus. Part of the governor's approved budget included the allocation of $125 million in coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds. As displayed on the slide, Kutztown University will receive nearly $10.5 million to be used over the next 3 years. Since these are federal funds passed through the state, we're still waiting on final guidance on how exactly this source of one-time revenue can be used. As listed on the slide, KU would benefit most from using these dollars to fund our ongoing investment in student scholarships, addressing our deferred maintenance needs, funding the rising costs of capital projects, and covering the implementation costs of the new student information system. While we wait on that guidance, we are moving forward with making divisional allocations to help support key work that is closely tied to our strategic plan. As displayed on the slide, a significant portion of these funds will flow to the provost and academic deans to ensure our academic mission is achieved and strengthened for the future. We have also identified specific funds for admissions, so Krista Evans and her talented staff have the financial resources needed to attract a qualified and diverse incoming class of new students. Over the summer, Cabinet also approved some specific strategic initiatives that were submitted across campus and prioritized by the vice presidents. These initiatives include IT enhancements, a digital marketing campaign targeted to graduate-level students, study abroad awards for our talented students that participate in the honors program, and funding for the Kutztown University Foundation to complete a wealth screening to identify donors willing to help our students well into the future. I must say it is a welcome change to end on a slide where we're giving money out rather than taking it back. Thank you. Thank you for your time and attention this morning. It is now my pleasure to introduce our acting Vice President of University Relations and Athletics, Mr. Josh Lieboff.
Thank you, Matt. Division of University Relations and Athletics champions the Kutztown University image and brand by showcasing campus excellence and by advancing the institution's mission and vision through cultural, athletics, entertainment, and arts programming. Today, I represent our division as acting vice president. Normally, this presentation would be made by Matt Santos, who, as we know, is in the audience today. My time filling in for Matt this summer has only reinforced what I already knew, that we have a division of incredible employees who are equal to the task of promoting the mission of our great university. I will now share with you some brief highlights from our 9 departments that make up our unique division. Our external relations area includes university marketing, web and digital media, communications, government and community relations, and our central switchboard operators. Our rebranding effort several years ago continued to strengthen recognition of the university in our region. It's Good to Be Golden is a rallying point for the community. This year, University Marketing, under the direction of Leanne Rekla, debuts an extension of that branding. The high stakes of making the leap to college can feel daunting. In this concept, we meet our prospective students' audience in those uncertain moments and empower them with a belief in where they are going. The prospective student is at the center of this campaign. One move closer to your dream job, to turning your passion into a profession, to changing the world. That one move is the key. One move to finding golden opportunities that await here at KU. Our prospective students and parents will see digital advertising targeted to them, and all of us will see our annual billboard campaign and ads in local publications. This campaign does not replace anything in our current brand, so please continue to use the taglines, "It's good to be golden and hear you roar." Our communications office, under the direction of Brian Salvador, led the way in proactively providing information to our campus and external constituents of the good news of our community. The office distributed more than 125 news releases over the course of the year, and once again coordinated our COVID-19 communications. In conjunction with the university operators and under the guidance of Tammy Wirt, these offices responded to customer service inquiries and collaborated to distribute to the parent and family bulletin and daily brief throughout the year. Sports information staff in communications department publicized the 50th season of women's basketball and the athletic and academic accomplishments of 472 student athletes. We hosted a number of championship athletic events over the course of the year. More on these championships in a moment. In my office, the web and digital media, we collaborated with the aforementioned offices as well as IT, and a special thanks to Holly Fox and her team as we redesigned the daily brief. Our website hosted more than 1 million visitors over the course of the year. And Kelly Smith, our manager of web technology, helped to train and maintain almost 250 users and 8,000 pages in our content management system. Mike Regensberger, the manager, guided the KU radio station to another award-winning year while setting new records in listeners and variety of content. Our Government and Community Relations Office, under the direction of Sandy Green, led the announcement in March of the exciting Keith Haring Fitness Court. Sandy's effort to recognize the late Kutztown natives' accomplishments will bring a world-class facility to campus in the coming months, thanks to the generous grants and donations in coordination with the foundation. We also helped to coordinate the local efforts surrounding the Together for PASHE advocacy campaign, which successfully advocated for increased funding from the state system. The Pennsylvania German Cultural Heritage Center, with Director Patrick Donmoyer, is preparing the final touches on its move to its new headquarters located on Kutztown Road on the western edge of campus, the Delight E. Breidigam building, which will officially open in September. The center looks forward to resuming its family-friendly event series on September 24th with its signature fall event, Heimat Fest, after a year of modified operations during the transition to this new headquarters. The center did host several cultural displays and folklife demonstrations at the Kutztown Folk Festival, which was held for the first time since 2019 in July. KU Presents, under the direction of Brian Zelmer, offered a return to its main stage productions last year. KU Presents collaborated with the KU Art Society and local school districts to welcome large groups of kindergarten through 12th grade students to campus as part of the Violins of Hope event in November, the Music Educators of Berks County Festival in January, and the Tableau Flamenco in March, as a part of their Play initiative, which stands for Promoting the Love of Arts in Youth. This year's schedule will offer 13 exciting shows and events throughout the year, including 6 performing artist series presentations by world-class touring artists, 2 fun for all age shows with reintroduction of the popular Family series, and 3 special collaborative events, including a grand opening celebration of the new Wells Rapp Center for Mallet Percussion Research. On the recreation and athletics side of our division, it was a year of championships and continued success, both on and off the field. In recreational services and athletics resources, under the leadership of Assistant Vice President Amy Sant, the incredible highlight came at the end of the year when our men's rugby club, coached by Greg Doc Jones, won its first national championship at the Collegiate Rugby Championships in New Orleans in May. The women's rugby club finished 6th in their division at that same event, and we welcomed both teams home with a celebration. Conference and event services completed the summer camp season this summer with more than 70 camps and 10,000 visitors, spectators, and campers coming to campus. For the 3rd straight year, Intercollegiate Athletics Department tops 200 Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference Scholar athletes, which are students with a GPA of 3.2 or higher, and a record 128 Golden Bears earned Division II Athletic Directors Association Academic Achievement Awards, which is a GPA of 3.5 or better. Under the leadership of Director of Athletics Renee Hellert and our talented coaching staff, our student athletes continue to have a positive effect on the overall GPA of our student body, raising it above where it would be without their contributions. That success transfers over to the playing venues. Women's soccer and women's basketball set team records for wins, won their regular season PSAC East titles, and advanced to the NCAA playoffs. Women's acrobatics and tumbling had a highly successful debut as KU's 22nd varsity sport in February. We hosted PSAC championships in golf at Berkeley Country Club and cross country on North Campus Field. Finally, the KU football and softball teams won 2nd PSAC championships in their respective programs' history, both advancing to the championship game of the NCAA Super Regional Playoffs. And that brings us to today's next awards. The Coaches of the Year Awards were established in 1987 to recognize the top coaches of Kutztown University's men's and women's athletic teams. Members of the KU Athletic Department staff vote upon the nominees to determine the recipients. Past winners of the award are shown on your screen. Would any of the past recipients of these awards please stand? Helping Dr. Hawkinson present this year's awards is KU Director of Athletics, Renee Hellert. This year's Coaches of the Year both guided their teams to PSAC Eastern Division titles, PSAC championships, NCAA Super Regional Championship game appearances, and were the PSAC East and Regional Coaches of the Year. The 2021-22 Dr. Dennis Roth Men's Athletics Coach of the Year goes to football coach Jim Clements. Coach Clemens' team tied a program record with 11 victories and advanced to the national quarterfinals. This is Coach Clemens' 3rd KU Coach of the Year award. Congratulations, Coach. The 2021-22 Dr. Dorothy Moyer Women's Athletics Coach of the Year award goes to softball coach Judy Laws. Coach Law's team won 40 games, advancing to the Super Regional Final. She is the winningest coach of any sport at KU with 1,065 career wins. This is her record 10th Coach of the Year award. Congratulations. In closing, please, I welcome you to join us at our arts, cultural, and athletic events throughout the year. On behalf of our division, thank you for all of your efforts to make our university great. Please welcome our next speaker from the KU Foundation, Executive Director Alex Ojika.
Thanks, Josh. Good morning, everyone. I am grateful for the opportunity to speak to all of you about another record-breaking year at the Kutztown University Foundation. I am grateful to everyone in this room for contributing to the success of Together We're Golden, the campaign for Kutztown University. As you will soon hear, we had a lot to be thankful for this past fiscal year. We exceeded the previous year's fundraising record and engaged with our alumni and friends for more than 10,000 hours. I'd like to take a moment to thank my incredible staff. They work tirelessly to raise money for our students and create meaningful engagement opportunities for our alumni and friends. I appreciate their dedication, passion, and drive. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. We look forward to continuing our momentum and would like to thank the campus community for their support of what we do on behalf of our students, faculty, staff, and alumni. I hope that we can continue to count on your assistance and partnership. I am grateful for the many ways you support our efforts to raise money and increase engagement for the benefit of our great community and institution. I hope you will consider participating in the 1866-minute giving challenge and that we'll see you at homecoming in October. At this time, it is my pleasure to share with this group and our community the Kutztown University Foundation's Year in Review.
Golden opportunity. For the fourth consecutive year, we broke our fundraising record, exceeding $10.4 million and engaging with alumni and friends for nearly 10,400 hours. We welcomed the return of in-person events celebrating record-breaking participation in the 1866 Minute Giving Challenge and Homecoming. We continued progress on 2 world-class building projects, the Wells Rap Center for Mallet Percussion Research and the Delight E. Brigham Building, headquarters of the Pennsylvania German Cultural Heritage Center. Since launching Together We're Golden, the campaign for Kutztown University, we've received overwhelming support, resulting in more Golden Bears staying enrolled and crossing the academic finish line. Participating in the Foundation's campaign makes a monumental difference in the lives of students like me. Your support means more Golden Bears earning their degrees and entering the workforce. Join us in growing our culture of philanthropy, working to continue providing scholarships, emergency funds, engagement opportunities, and enhancing student experiences. Together We're Golden continues through the end of the calendar year, and there are many ways to get involved to help us finish strong. We hope you'll engage with us at one of the many events, return to campus for homecoming, and make a gift during the 1866 Minute Giving Challenge. Your generosity and leadership can change lives. Thank you for your continued support.
Together, we're golden.
Again, thank you. And now to the presentation of the Wiesenberger Award. For more than 2 decades on opening day, KU has recognized outstanding faculty through the presentation of the Arthur and Isabel Wiesenberger Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching, proudly sponsored by the Kutztown University Foundation. Behind me, you will see the names of the past award winners on the screen. Do we have any past award winners with us today? If so, could you please stand and be recognized? I would like to ask our new Director of Alumni Engagement, Malcolm Huggins, to please join us on the stage for this presentation with Dr. Hawkinson. The 2022 recipient of the Arthur and Isabel Wiesenberger Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching is Dr. Lynn McQuaid from the Department of Mathematics. Congratulations, Dr. McQuaid. I have one final announcement. Early in this program, we acknowledged the Employee of the Month awardees and presented the Employee of the Year award. The program was established and funded by President Hawkinson and Anne Marie when they arrived in 2015. President Hawkinson just informed me that as part of his support for our comprehensive campaign, him and Anne Marie will endow the Employee of the Month and Year Award with a $25,000 donation to the Kutztown University Foundation. Thank you. With this support, the Hawkinsons will have donated or committed over $100,000 to Kutztown University. Thank you again. Lastly, on behalf of the Kutztown University Foundation, our staff, thank you again for all your support for, honestly, another record-breaking year. Thank you so much. And it's now my pleasure to welcome back to the podium Dr. Hawkinson. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Well, congratulations to all those who were honored with awards, tenure, and promotion. Your dedication to our institution truly makes a positive contribution to our community. We had many accomplishments last year and many challenges, and I look forward to the accomplishments to come, as well as the challenges. They are inevitable, but working together, we can meet them and come out stronger as an institution. I pledge to continue to work with the faculty, staff, students, alumni, community members, and all other constituencies to do all in my power to continue to move the university forward, to ensure our sustainability and enhance the important role our university plays in our region and our society. Before we wrap up this year's faculty and staff convocation and celebration, I want to share with you an important, inspiring event that happened yesterday at the President's residence. I bestowed a President's Medal to Miss Bessie Crenshaw, the first African American to graduate from Kutztown University. Inspired is how I felt last spring when I saw Miss Crenshaw's life story displayed on posters in our student union and watched her wonderful interview. I was inspired because despite many challenges and even injustices in her life, she persevered and led a model life serving others. She greatly honored us by being willing to accept this medal and allow Kutztown University to recognize her incredible courage, resolve, and compassion. So let me tell you just a bit about Miss Crenshaw's life and contributions. Bessie Reese Crenshaw graduated from Reading High School in 1946 and enrolled at Kutztown State Teachers College that fall. She was the only black student enrolled at that time. In 1950, she became the first African American to graduate from this institution, earning a BS in education. From the time she was a young child, Ms. Crenshaw knew she wanted to be a teacher. Upon graduation, she found that Reading and Berks County were not ready to hire an African American teacher, so she began her career in North Carolina. She eventually received a master's degree from North Carolina College at Durham. Ms. Crenshaw returned to Reading in 1969, where she taught third grade for 20 years at 10th and Green Elementary School. After her retirement, she continued her commitment to education through her support of numerous organizations that helped young people. It is essential that her amazing story be told and remembered and serve as an inspiration to our students and all those in our community. As we continue to work for diversity, equity, and inclusion, we must look to giants such as Bessie Crenshaw to inspire us to be better people and to be a better society. And so this concludes our faculty and staff convocation and celebration. Let us all strive to go forward with a humility and a gratefulness that will unite us as we work to create an enlightened community and a strong educational experience for our students. My best wishes to you all. Have a great year, and it's good to be golden.